Hey, Mark, did you let them score the minute and a half left to give yourself time on the clock?
Yes. No. No, it's hilarious you say that, but that's how it turned out. I was sitting there having a little internal debate and talking to a couple of other coaches on the headsets of, all right, if it gets to this and this and this down to this and this down to this, and they scored, and I said, perfect. We get more time. And so as it turned out, it was just the right time to miss a line.
And Hart are in there.
Next question, right here.
At this point, sort of, how do you feel about the morale and the heart of your team after a win like this, now going into December and getting ready to play in a bowl game?
The heart of this football team, I would never ever put into question. The morale, morale is one of those things. It's a kind of a huge word. These guys love to play football. And that's why, again, when we talk about the Arizona loss, a very uncharacteristic performance, and like I told you last week, you can put that 100% on me. Those guys, especially this group of seniors, are just an unbelievably great group of guys. And the morale going forward, this will be a great little break for us right here to get a healthy mind, body, and spirit, and get ready to rock wherever we end up.
In the back, Warren.
Mark, that last drive by Marcus, is that something that you guys, you talk about working in sessions in practice? Is that did it go as scripted? And talk about Marcus's play in that last drive.
Well, yeah, Marcus had a couple obviously glitches on the interceptions, and they're kind of plays where he was trying to throw the guy to run the right route. That's very difficult to do, and that's where you just have to kind of throw it away and talk to him. And just, it was a route adjustment kind of thing that he was trying to do. But again, you talk about heart, character, and tough. That's Marcus to a T, and just again did a great job on the sideline, coaching up the offensive guys, leading the team, talking to the defense, and leaving no doubt that whatever happened, we were going to end up in a good place.
Another one in the back.
Mark, how important was the defensive stand on their two-point conversions to keep you at least in striking distance?
Huge, huge, and that it keeps you in striking distance. In depends on obviously the time of the game, but could be a field goal game, could be not just, it just changes things a little bit. But yeah, our defense I thought played really hard for the most part. Again, did we do everything perfect? No, and that's where again in a win we'll go back and evaluate that stuff and try to fix the stuff that needs fixing and do more of the stuff that's good.
Mark, can you describe a little bit what it was like just at the end, since you haven't really played in any close games in your head coaching career, at least not that close?
What was it like? You try to go back to exactly what it's like in practice. We do that type of situation literally every day, both from, and it's just different scenarios every day of you're up by a touchdown, a field goal, this much time, that much, whatever it is, no timeouts, two or three. And our guys, it was a great feeling in the huddle, looking those guys square in the eye, and you had a bunch of just wide-eyed guys looking right back at you, ready to go, and just give them a ton of credit for executing in that situation, and yeah, big.
In the back, Jake.
Mark, what does it mean to you on a personal level for Josh Huff to play the way he did in his final game here at Autzen Stadium, coming up with a game-winning touchdown and 3 touchdowns, almost 200 yards receiving?
Well, yeah, I think he had something to prove, so to speak, of had a couple rough games and obviously said a couple things that he wishes he would have said differently. But again, that whole senior group, it was like a jab, right cross, left cross. I don't know how you box, but when hitting Taylor, Hart, all the H's, Haynes, Hart, Hawkins, Huff, all came at me in that senior day introduction. That's a lot of great memories, and those guys are just incredible contributions in many different ways to this program, and yeah, he ended it the right way.
Any more? Right here.
You guys had a tough month. And when you look back at the beginning of the season and this last month, what was different about you guys? Because you had to struggle today to win this game, and early in the season you were humming. Well,
yeah, there's a lot of factors that go into that. That How long do you have? And for many different reasons. Today we were a little bit shorthanded for various reasons, and those guys that were out there played their hearts out. And again, our guys' standard is very different from everybody else. Somebody was talking earlier. If Arkansas would have beat LSU, that would have just proven how deep the SEC was, right? If we lose to somebody, we need to blow up our program. And somewhere in between is the reality of that. We're going to look at this exactly like every other game, and again try to fix what needs to be fixed, and improve upon what we do well. But yeah, are there things offensively, defensively, and in special teams that we would like to get better at? Absolutely. Would I like to coach better? Absolutely.
Theodore Mathis is in the room. Any more questions right here?
He's fast. I want to get there.
Hey, Mark, congratulations on a great first season. From the southern end of the state, you've built up the fan base pretty big to take over the head coaching job up here. Have you felt some of that love from the Central Coast and from the southern region where you came from?
Yeah, it's awesome to talk to friends and family in Southern Oregon and Jackson County, representing. But just in this game, pretty soon this game will become like a 52-5 victory or something in that realm in Coos Bay and in Medford and Ashland. But yeah, just a ton of great people that I can have had the good fortune to stay in contact with for a long time.
Warren?
Mark, how much play calling did you do in the second half? Any at all? And maybe talk about how Scotty did in his play calling today.
Yeah, again, my theory on that. He called all the good ones, and I called all the bad ones, and our players executed all the good ones. But all that stuff again. We'll go back and talk about what we woulda, coulda, shoulda done differently, more of, less of, in the coming months.
Right here, back here. Marcus is waiting, so we want to wrap this up. One more question.
Coach.
Ooh, double mic.
He already asked the question. In any way, does your team benefit more from a game like this and had you guys won by 30 or 40?
I think you learn some things about some people. We had two guys suspended today. Eric Dargan and Troy Hill were both suspended for a violation of team rules, and the guys that stepped up you found out about, and the guys that looked their teammates in the eye you found out about. And so in that regard, these are fun ones. They're not much fun in that locker room. And again, you should give them a ton of credit for playing a great game. And I've been in that locker room and I know what that's like. But yeah, I mean, to a certain extent, it's not as much fun as early, but we'll take it.
Thanks, Coach.